Hello, good evening. You are watching the full-time Focus down here at the Focus Community Arena where it's finished. Hempstead Town 1, Yeovil Town 0. And as you can see, Josh Hill, the captain, has joined me in the studio. Josh, must have been sort of heart-in-mouth moment at the end there when 8 minutes went up. But what was your overall assessment of the game and how the boys performed?
I think we need to get used to the 8 minutes going up. I think we had 7 in the first half, didn't we? Or 6, maybe. Amazing performance, really good. I think that'll surprise a few people in the league. We worked very hard all pre-season, myself personally in the gym, but most of the boys out on the pitch, and I've been there every session to see how much work they've put in. So based on that, the 8 weeks we've had, as well as the kind of performance today, I think it's well deserved. So like I said, there'll be a few people shocked, but it's a good marker to put down for the rest of the season.
The first half was one of those halves that you'd probably expect on the first game of the season, where both teams don't really want to commit too much, but Yeovil did come into the game around sort of 35 minutes or so, and they had a couple of chances, but we were resolute at the back. What was your assessment, being a defensive player yourself, on the back four or back five with Kingy in goal?
Very good, very good. I was going to say, when you said back four, Kingy as well, that he was outstanding today. Even getting pelters, I think, from some of the Yeovil fans, so he did well to stand up to that. And yeah, two centre-halves, especially Carl, as he usually is, and then I thought Chris come in today as well, especially after I don't think he's played competitively for a long time. Coming back from injury, I thought he was outstanding today, probably man of the match. So he did very well, and then we know what we're getting from Josh and Mons, energetic, up and down. Did very well today. Like I said, they've got some very experienced and good kind of league level players really, and I'm sure once they gel, they'll probably perform better than that. But having said that, you've still got to go out and beat them, and I thought we did. Like I said, we deserved that today.
A man who was kicking every ball and trying to win every header was manager Brad Quinton, and we can cross over to him and get his assessment on the game.
So Brad, we'll get onto the emotions of it really afterwards, but how can you sum up that result for us?
I just think the endeavour and the work rate from the guys from the warm-up all the way through to the end, and I think they deserved everything that they got today, our players. We had a couple of injuries, and obviously we dealt with that before the game, and a couple of the guys were going down during the game as well through determination and hard work for one another. So we had to make some changes early on. The guys who came in done exactly what I asked them for. And I think we thoroughly deserved the 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, it was a massive result, and obviously, you spoke a lot about determination. I've seen some pretty brutal stuff in pre-season. Is that something that's been really drilled into the players over that pre-season time?
Yeah, I think, because of how we want to play. When you're fit and you're healthy, you make the right decisions in life. You want to get out of bed and you want to get up early. And when you're ill, you're all down and you're letting your family down as such. A lot of the players, in terms of listening to what pre-season, what we've done, their running levels are good. They've improved again from last year when we took on towards the back end of the season. So we'll keep doing that. We'll keep looking after them. But I think, as you can see, we're going to be a very, very fit team. We're going to be really organised. And the boys were immense today. I think, if they're full-time, we're part-time. And as a neutral, you'd probably turn around and say, well, Hem was probably the full-time team in terms of the energy and their desire for one another. So, yes, it was a good result. We can't get carried away. It's a massive scalp for this club. And, the fans as well today, they was immense as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic result. Is there kind of learnings from that you weren't expecting, or is it did that go kind of exactly how you wanted it to? Well,
we had to make some changes. A couple of injuries, niggles. They're back next week, which is fine. But obviously the game plan as well, with how they adapt. They've got a long throw. They work off of their long throw. They're very direct in terms of getting balls out wide. If you don't close down and stop crosses, I think we dealt with that. The guys listened to areas of where they're strong, and we nullified that, and I think, we was more positive on the front foot in terms of our passing patterns and how we wanted to get further up the park. But I think some of the guys, were immense when they threw the kitchen sink at us. They was putting their bodies on the line. Mons, Chris Mudge, he was brilliant. Carl, I can name everyone, even young Eli coming on at 18 years old, having to come on and do a job, and obviously understanding how we work. And Finill and Tyrese coming in there, they want to start week in, week out, and I'll give them that opportunity. We've got a good squad, and obviously, as long as they're fit and healthy, they'll play.
Yeah, and obviously it's a long season, but has that made your team talk next week away at Welling a little bit easier?
Yeah, I think the expectations of what we've done previously at Braintree when we was there before, and with the budget and etc. with players and moving players back into the league and getting promoted when everyone doubts us, if you doubt my team, you're going to get a shock. They're really, really committed in terms of what we do. And obviously there's game plans of what we do week in, week out, whether home, whether away. We change setup, change formation without even making a substitution. So the boys have done really well in pre-season. They've understand where I'm coming from. It's been brutal for them. And results like that, any wound, any injury, any illness, any tiredness or doubt, that completely makes you a bigger person.
So that was the thoughts then of manager Brad Quinton. And Josh, what impact has he had on this squad? Well, obviously, he came in January and did a really good job then, but I've seen it, you would have seen it. He's relentless in training. He works so hard. How important will someone of his experience going forward be for you as players?
Yeah, really important. He's very good, like you said. He works very hard in that sense to stand for everyone else. So he can expect everyone else. Everyone else is giving it back to him at the moment as well. And I think you're seeing that pay his dividends on the pitch. Particularly the case over pre-season. And obviously he's worked hard not only on the training pitch but in the kind of background to get good players in. And I think we made some very good signings this summer. So it was always going to be in a better position for this game and the next, the rest of the season compared to where he was last year, considering he came in halfway through a season and naturally was kind of stuck with a few players, for want of a better phrase. So I think, he was definitely looking forward to summer doing his own bit of recruitment. I think, what better way to start? You
talk about the key players then, the recruitment being so important. The player they got on the score sheet, Iaciofano, he scores goals at this level, no doubt. And I said to a number of the lads off camera after the game, he just needs one chance. And that's what he did, and he got his goal. And how important is it for us to have a player like him in the team, a goal scorer, but also for him to be off the mark?
Yeah, really important. I know what it's like for a striker. Sometimes they play 3 or 4 games at a new club and the pressure starts to build probably more in their head rather than anywhere else. So it's really good for him to get off the score sheet. I know he's got a couple in pre-season as well. He's been working really hard. I've played against him for years in this league, so I know how good he is and how good he can be. And he's one of those strikers that if he manages to stay fit all season, which hopefully he does, he's going to get you 20 goals, which for any club is obviously crucial throughout a season.
Well, I'm sure he's absolutely delighted to get off the mark, and he's down with the boys, and we can cross over to him now.
Joe, massive game, massive result. Can you talk us through it?
Yeah, first game of the season. Everywhere I've kind of been is. It's always been pretty similar. It's very much on a knife edge. Kind of one chance, one mistake. Usually comes down to that. So for it to fall our way today is a great feeling. And I think during pre-season, I think we've earned it. We've worked hard. We're a good group. I love all the boys. We're working well together, and it's a good start. But there's still plenty more to come. We weren't right at it today, but there's still a lot more to come, so it's exciting.
And you said there during pre-season, it's been a long one, but Brad sort of put a mental attitude into you that we haven't seen before, and it looked like a mental performance out there. Could you see that?
Yeah, you could see all the boys that come on, like fair play to them, come on and ground the game out for us. I think we all played the part a bit, and when it got down to the last few minutes, we had to do what you do in football and kill the game a bit. Once we got our goal, we kind of knew that, it was such a tight game, there wasn't going to be many more chances. So, we done really well, and I'm, proud of all the boys.
And you added to your goal tally and Hemmel's, but it wasn't typical fashion for you, but how was it?
Yeah, the first one's always the hardest to get. So to get it on the first day, no matter how it goes in, doesn't matter. I think... Unfortunately, the keeper made a good save on me beforehand, but I know if I just keep plugging away and keep getting in those positions, I'll score more than I'll miss. So I'm not too worried about that. For me, it was just chasing down lost causes, and hopefully I knew where to put my body, and hope it just comes back off me and goes straight in the net. So it's a great feeling, and real passion from the fans, great to see, and they really drove us on today, and the boys fed off it. We were all buzzing.
So those were the thoughts then of Joe Iaciofano, and as we said, he's got off the mark there, but collectively as a unit, certainly in the second half when it's, it wasn't necessarily backs to the wall for too long, but certainly when you get the goal, you know that the opposition can then come at you. Collectively as a team going forward, the togetherness that Brad's instilled and we've had some social opportunities as well. How important is it for you as a group now to build on this?
Yeah, really important. I think if we go and don't play well the next handful of games, then it's pointless in a way. But I don't expect that at all. Like I said, everyone's worked really hard. The gaffer and his management team set the standards, and I think the boys will do work hard to upkeep those. You mentioned the social opportunities as well. I think that's been important. I've never had a pre-season at this level where we've been away for a weekend together, and obviously there was training involved in that, but the social part of it, going in the sea together, going out for meals together is so important. And the best teams I've been a part of have always been the ones that have got on with each other off the pitch. So it's really good that that's happened so early on. You normally have to kind of wait a few weeks into the season to get a night out together. So the fact that that's happened is really good. So credit to the chairman for that, and hopefully, like I said, that pays dividends for the rest of the season.
And there's always debate, and it is the first game of the season. It's important to keep our feet on the floor, but is it important to celebrate the wins? Because the lads really enjoyed celebrating with the fans at the end. It's important to get into that winning habit, isn't it? And celebrate in that way. Is that something that you as a captain believe in?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if what are we doing it for if we can't enjoy the high moments? You got to be careful not to get too high and get carried away, like you said, but also not to get too down when you're having a bad period, because it's just a phase. Hopefully, you can come out of that. So enjoy the moments while they're good, and today's definitely one of those. But hopefully, that gives everyone the inspiration and motivation to get more of those wins and carry on that way.
So Saturday we go down to Parkview Road and play Welling. I know that they haven't had the greatest of results today. There will be a wounded animal. So what will the focus be in training on Tuesday and Thursday, and the message going into that game?
I think it'll be same again. I think carry on working hard like we have been. Be wary of, like you said, I think they've been 5-2, is it today? They got beaten. So I know they've had a lot of change over the summer, manager, and probably the whole squad has changed. So again, they'll take a bit of time to gel. Hopefully it's a good time to play against them. But we'll work hard, control what we can control, and hopefully go there putting a good performance. And I don't see why after looking at today that we can't get 3 points.
Well, Josh, thanks very much for your time. And you can join us at Welling next week as well. So hopefully we can see as many of you down there as possible. If you can't join us, then we'll be relaunching Matchday commentary. So you'll be able to listen to the game live. You'll be able to hear my dulcet tones. So hopefully you can join us either way. But there'll be highlights on our YouTube channel tomorrow afternoon. So check those out, and obviously check that goal out and the celebrations at the end. But for all of us down here at the Focus Community Arena, goodbye.